this will sort of work even though this isn't the best mic. So yeah, a whole bunch of no sound, and we have our other mics that aren't quite here yet. They were here a moment ago and now they're gone. So let's just talk about some of this. I know you can see some. And Cheryl, I'm not seeing the...
Yeah, the NDI is not working. I don't know what's happening.
Why don't you just turn it all off? I just have it on the cam link for right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, and this is not the good sound. So we're trying to get the good sound. Did you try them? Did you try them? Did you try them? Did you try them? So anyhow, what we're talking about, yay, even if it's not the good sound, it's sound. So I got my hair cut. Gavin, I think, did a great job. But Gavin is awesome. I'm just going to tell a story about Gavin and then we'll get into what we're really trying to do. He has a mohawk and tattoos and he's super awesome, but he's like always helping all the old people in his neighborhood. So he's always fixing somebody something or giving somebody a ride. He's just super awesome. This first seed food is what we're going to unbox. And I hadn't, since I came back, or even while we were driving back, I saw that Chef AJ talked about it. Jill from Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show. But before that, it just showed up in my Facebook feed, as everything does. Has anyone else noticed that it's all about the buying over on Facebook? Which can be good or bad. But First Seed Foods, first off, whole food plant-based, no oil, yay. And then there was a no salt option. I did not choose the no salt option, but if you choose it, they encourage you to put like a little bit of apple cider vinegar after you heat up your food. But it does feel really good, actually, and he washed it. It's super clean, and he put some powdery stuff. He's actually a barber, but he does he has barber and hairstylist licenses, and it's just this really nice, groovy place that, like, there's just no assumptions made. You can get your hair cut however you want. They don't have like men's cuts and women's cuts. And in fact, I went to 2 of the stylists before I went to, and I had gotten Cheryl to go to Gavin.
Does it show yet?
No. But whatever it is picking us up if you come over here.
I'm just gonna unplug this then so it doesn't
and we'll just
start running.
Take these off. We really did check the microphone first. There's the sound bar is trying to come up. So wherever the Cam Link 4K is, it actually likes us.
Or one of these.
It's not the Ecamm face cam. I think it's the Sony mic.
It might be the...
If you guys are hearing us, that's all some echo and repetition. I just turned off something else, but we're not using our real mic. We're using some mysterious mic that pops up sometimes. So, but Gavin is just awesome, and I do. So I sent Cheryl to him because Cheryl likes a good Barbary cut. And then after I had the little boy blue Middle Ages cut,
yeah.
But there is one video up if you can find it. It's horrific. Like, I don't really care. I've had my hair long. I never am like, oh, my hair needs to look this way, but it was bad enough I wouldn't go back on camera, and that's when I got my hair cut really short. Oh, awesome. Thanks, video, and thanks, video, and thanks, video, and thanks, video, and what is happening? It is happening. I don't know what that means. But, so, we're doing an unboxing, and the video and the mics we used this morning are not wanting to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about this. First seed. So I saw it, and it's no whole food plant-based, no oil, which was and a no salt option. So I knew I was going to get it. But here's what really made me get it over some of the other stuff that's out there. It's Indian food, and Indian food is my favorite food. I like a lot of foods, but I love Indian food, and we've been having that vegan buffet. Do you want to talk about why we did this a little bit?
Oh, because we've been going to the vegan buffet that happens every other week at one of the local vegan restaurants. and we're still hoping that they're gonna make some oil-free versions for folks. But that hasn't happened yet, and so we were talking and we saw this and that there was no oil in these, and they didn't use butter or ghee or anything like
It's
that.
all vegan
It's all
for sure.
vegan.
It's all whole food, plant-based, no oil. And so what we were starting to show is how it's packed. So you want to help me real quick?
Yeah,
I know we can't pay attention. At this point, the mic be damned. So it's packed really nice. It has some dry ice. It traveled. So we ordered it several weeks ahead before it came. So, and we'll just look at this. Why are we doing this right now? Because we're going to eat some of it for dinner. And I wanted you guys to have a chance to see what was going on. So basically there's a warning. This package contains dry ice. Right. And I'm pretty sure it's probably all gone now, but we'll see. And then there was another card. So evidently the boxes turn into games.
Yeah.
Or this one turns into a little soccer ball.
Soccer ball, yeah.
So I'm super excited to see what that's about too. So let me move this over here. Alrighty. So first we have some vegetable pilafs. And I think we have 4 of those. And I think they're not in the box. We ordered the starter pack. And again, oh, nope, we've got a couple.
They're all different.
They're all different. We've got, and then there's some in this guy. And it's still got frost on it.
Yeah, wow.
And let's see if can you guys see all that? That's actually frost. Okay, and so it also says, so this is the First Seed Foods. Evidently, let's go to the better one. Evidently, here, you can see this here. Oh yeah, there's no way I'm having a food fight with a bunch of money's worth of food. No. But there's vegetable pilaf, and I'll let you guys see some of this from up here. And I think in the front, everything's really frozen, but it gives you stovetop. Yeah, you can't see that there. Let's see if you can see it up here. Let's see if it'll change. It's a little hard to read, but there's stovetop and microwave instructions. And I'm just going to read some of this stuff to you. So this is homestyle Indian rice and organic vegetables. Vegan and gluten-free, no oil, butter, ghee, or dairy. Exceptionally clean ingredients. What does that look like? Non-GMO basmati rice, organic carrots, organic cauliflower, organic peas, sea salt, cumin, chili powder, cloves, bay leaves, and cinnamon. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And so dal tadka, I totally did that back and forth. It's homestyle Indian organic yellow lentils. It's usually a thicker, delicious yellow dal. And so also, God, there is the ice is all over. So I'm actually wiping some of this off. And you're the label reader.
All right, let's take a look.
And we did get the ones with salt. So like basically in the vegetable pilaf while she's doing her calculations.
The sodium is high, but like most things.
And not like high compared to Jeff Novak's label reading thing. So even the burgers that are McDougall approved are a little high in sodium when you do the calculation. But again, if sodium is a thing for you...
There's 410 milligrams in this one.
And that's per
serving.
Okay. And this has 2 servings in it. The vegetable pilaf has 220 per serving. The calories are about 90 per serving, and there's 2 servings per, what do I think this is? 1.5 cups probably container. Could be two cups. Just depends on it, but I think it's probably 1.5 cups.
And this one has 770.
Okay, and this is aloo palak, so it's potatoes and spinach. And let's kind of look at this guy and see how we open it up. Oh, we love Ethiopian food, and there's some really good places near us.
Ooh, now I want to go to Kiri.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do that. We love I've eaten Ethiopian food for a while, and so it says this box turns into a soccer ball and tells you how to do it. So hopefully I can give this away on Free Cycle because we're not going to use it. Or Bull City Shares is really the best one.
Oh, tearing it up.
Don't tear up somebody's toy.
Sorry. I'm there good.
So what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Cheryl made some rice while I was at the barber. Here, we want to turn it this way.
So they can see. Yep.
Yeah, and then I can read it upside down. No.
Sorry.
She's like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I don't
And it says you've got
that.
excellent taste. I'd love to hear what you think. Talking about texture feedback and videos. And we can send an email to this. Thanks for supporting this small business. So that's really cool too. And then we take this out, and here's the rest of our stuff. And also it's this box that it says what to take off to make into this ball. And we don't have friends with kids. Connie, I was very interested in this. This is this was one of our favorite dishes, except it usually has cream in it. Mm-hmm. And so now
very excited about that.
We just found a Tasty Bite that also is dal makhani that's vegan. So that's very new. So we'll probably do a dal, which is just like yummy chickpeas. Ooh, Apple has minestrone in the crock pot and some buttercup squash roasting in the oven.
Nice.
Yum. Video 1000 Nights made some whole food plant-based gumbo, and that's great. I love some gumbo. So chana masala, we got 2 of everything. So two pilafs. Oops.
Those aren't pilafs.
Pilaf. Yeah, pilaf.
Pilaf. Is that what that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then the aloo palak.
There's another dal makhani.
Another dal makhani. Okay, let's see if we
Very excited about this.
Here, let's show them up at the top. They're not going to see it from there. Show from here. There you go.
Vegetable korma, one of my favorites.
And
very excited.
The ingredients, and I don't know if you can sort of see them there. Cauliflower, green pepper, red pepper, carrots. There are some cashews in there. Sea salt. And you could, so let's say you can't have cashews, or that's just not on your eating plan right now. See, for all of these that we got, this is the one that has nuts in it. So I was like, let's live our best life.
Hey Liz, glad you made it. Yes, these are frozen.
It totally came in frozen. Like,
yep.
Where's the
big box is right here. That it came in. Giant box.
Oh, it could be with the cameras that when I'm changed. Let's see. Oh, okay.
And in the bottom of that box, underneath that cardboard, there's some dry ice.
So you want to be really careful when you order something with dry ice and mischief could ensue, but do not. And so this is First Seed Foods. You can kind of see here, and this was their intro package. I'm trying to remember how much it was. I think it was at least like $100 ish, but I'm guessing, and I ordered it 2 weeks ago. So you know, and we've got Rajma masala, which are kidney beans, and that's going to be really yummy too. And it describes, so it says home style Indian organic kidney beans, home style Indian organic black lentils, potatoes and spinach. So if you're not used to eating a lot of Indian food, it still gives you some information. Before we ordered this, let's put it out there where they can still see First Seed Foods. We had the chance to order the starter pack like we did. You could make your own starter pack. Which ones should we have? We're going to have 2, right? You want dal makhani and the korma?
Yeah, that sounds great.
We could do another one, and then this is what we do if we use Tasty Bites. Tasty Bites do have some oil in it. So we use that as part of our 10% treat, or that's a way we can just basically make our own Indian buffet and still get less oil than we probably do at the
Are
Indian
those
buffet.
all 2 servings?
Yes, they're all 2 servings. But they also, the big packs we usually do of Tasty Bites say they're 2 servings. And
Right. I saw one of these was a single serving.
is that the pilaf? No. The aloo palak is 1 serving. You were right.
So we could split that with those.
Okay. And then what we'll do, these get stored in the freezer. So we'll put them in the freezer and then we'll go, okay, I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking. Let's just go ahead and put on some rice and then we'll do this. So we're going to try and see about putting them in the microwave and just making our dinner in front of you is what we were thoughting. Hi Marie, this is not a local to me company. It's First Seed Foods and it's a whole food plant-based no oil Indian delivery and everything's frozen, came with dry ice. And this has been delivered to us since probably early this afternoon and we didn't open it till now. So let's look at the dal makhani. Yeah, and I mean, ooh, it smells good. When it's frozen, it won't smell as good.
But it still smells good.
Okay, so this is the black lentils, the dal makhani. And I have, if you're like, I don't want to get a delivery service, but I have a dal makhani with kidney beans, black lentils on healthyslowcooking.com. But I don't think I call it I think I call it creamy lentils. Mm-hmm. So place in the microwave for 3 to 5 minutes, and
Does it say? Remove lid. Okay.
it does say remove lid. Okay, and then the vegetable korma says, is that for everyone? No. For the korma, it says it wants you to thaw in the fridge 24 hours or on the counter for 3 hours. So we should probably have this one later.
Okay.
Let's see whichever one. Well,
Do they all say that?
no, this lentil one doesn't. Am I looking at exactly the same one? I think I am. The rajma doesn't say it. The aloo palak does. Rajma doesn't. What about dal tadka? Doesn't. And we can just put some of these in for, we're not going to do the pilaf now because we did the rice.
Yeah.
Okay, so these two do say thaw in the fridge 24 hours on the counter for 3 hours. Then it gives you microwave or stovetop instructions. That's for the aloo palak, or the potato spinach, and the vegetable korma. So I think maybe what we will do, we're going to do you want to do,
Put these out.
yeah, the dal tadka or the rajma, the kidney beans?
You pick. I don't care.
Let's do rajma. And then I figured that way we can show you how they microwave up. And then we'll make our plates and we'll have dinner. I don't think all that plastic came off. No.
Nope.
Okay. Ready? I know, I could thaw it in the microwave, but I think it's unfair to them. No, Marie, we're opening our first box of it. So no, we're sharing all that with you. Oh, it smells really good.
Yeah.
So those are the kidney beans. Do you want to go ahead and
Put them in.
so when you put more than one thing in the microwave, do you want to put it in on a plate? Let's put it on a plate so that way it'll be a little easier. Here, we can put it on a Halloween plate even. Usually we find, like, if we put more than one Tasty Bite in there, that we need to up the microwave time. But it's a good idea to just start at the lowest time, see how that goes. So it's First Seed Foods, Indian food delivery service. It comes frozen. They have both whole food plant-based no oil version and a whole food plant-based SOS version, no salt. So we did not get the no salt version because we do salt. However, a lot of the whole food plant-based delivery services, A, aren't no oil, but B, certainly have a lot of salt in them. Yeah, it does. It's in little ice cream containers, but that'll be nice in the freezer because we can stack them.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to actually be more convenient. I like the way what it is really big.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's in 2 places too, so
you should be able to see it from any of the things.
Stuff's so cold.
It's very cold, and it has just been sitting in that box this whole time.
Yeah.
But I was thinking too, I wanted to try it, wanted to share it with you guys. Do you want to maybe bring the Instant Pot up, and then we will put out some rice for ourselves? Actually, we should probably put these back in the box so we'll eat and they'll stay cold, put them away in the freezer. Here, I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
We always come back here. So this is a super casual, disoriented live, but I thought this way you could really see. And I found this on Facebook before I saw Jill from Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show talk about it, or Chef AJ. But I haven't seen anyone eat any of it yet. Video 1000 Nights says, I would probably eat them at first night. Nope. We're very good about that. So what we did is we made a big batch of rice. I'll move this up here. So I thought that I would just put some rice in our bowls. Plus they're cute Halloween bowls if you want to see. Oh, spooky. And yes, we will eat out of them all year round. So we're probably going to put about a cup of rice at the bottom. You can eat it any way you want to. But this, I know this is how Cheryl likes to eat hers. So I'm just getting the rice ready. And I'm very thankful Cheryl made some rice. We actually had a problem with our little rice maker, so she had to move everything over into the Instant Pot. But it still did great.
Yeah, very sad. Our lovely clay pot rice cooker, the clay pot finally got a crack in it today. I didn't notice it until I was getting ready to make the new rice, and it started making this weird noise, and then I was like, what is that? Sounds like water's leaking. Opened it up, and sure enough, there was a leak on the bottom of the clay pot. I was so disappointed.
It's a very
because I love that rice maker. It's like the best rice maker on earth.
Okay, so we are here and we can answer some questions. Sometimes I wonder what recreational things you do. But probably I would be like, hey, want some first seed foods, like Indian food? It's compliant. And he'd go, And I would say, yes, it is. He would probably be like, give me. So, and here's the thing. Usually with these, Cheryl eats very little stew to rice ratio. Mm-hmm. I kind of end up doing 50-50. So she ends up eating more starch, which is great. Oh, thanks, Wendy. We're excited too. They smelled really good, so that gives me.
The other thing that'll be interesting is, like, you guys all know that I don't like things that are super spicy. So,
will it be spicy?
Will it be too spicy for Cheryl, right? Will Cheryl just be like, okay, these are all yours, and I'm just gonna, like.
Cheryl is the rice maker.
Yeah, I like making good rice.
Yeah, she's, and what's funny is, that's pretty much one of the only things you would do pasta, rice in the pandemic, and now she does oatmeal. But she's going to do a lot more. But what I like is if I'm feeling really tired or something, I like having a little stew that we can go to. I do talked about. Even if you just have a cup of stew or curry or whatever to pop it in the freezer, because eventually there'll be one night you'll be really glad. Even if you just, maybe you're tired, maybe you're just done. Or like us, maybe like I'm hungry.
She's
so
hungry.
After we did our live today, I had cooked up some little baby potatoes, and we ate probably a couple of cups of baby potatoes.
Yeah.
And we just I have this vegan smoky barbecue bacon blend that I'm going to be trying to, I can't find it anymore, so I'm going to try and make a version for us, a recipe. I put a little nutritional yeast and a little bit of salt on it.
And I added a little bit of brown mustard to mine. Just kind of a drizzle of brown mustard across everything.
And for me, mine just tasted like magic. But I was really hungry about halfway through. Even after we ate the potatoes, we were like, we could probably eat some more, but I had to be somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah, and I got really.
We would do this.
Yeah.
So, anybody else want to tell me what you're eating or how your day's been? There's more gardenias. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled gardenias.
Those could make me sneeze.
It smells like perfume. They're beautiful, and you can make a syrup with them and put them in drinks, which I've done before, and I did earlier this year, but there's not quite enough blooms to do that. I'm trying to think of what...
Trent has a question.
Oh, yes, Trent. Where do we get the cool bowls? Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Ross's, but I think these
are all home goods. Yeah, these are home goods.
Because this is where I do my irresponsible year spending, is when it's all the Halloween stuff. And actually, it's not now. It's ended. It ended 2 weeks ago. Like, you can barely find any Halloween stuff in there. But I started.
Which is so weird to me.
The month of September, I go several times a week.
End of August, actually.
End of August, month of September, because they get different things. So you might find one bowl, but you wanted two, and you find the other one.
And then you got to go to every Home Goods within a 50-mile radius to find the second bowl.
I think this is just long grain brown rice.
This is long grain brown basmati rice.
Is it basmati rice?
It is not long basmati rice.
Basmati is
brown,
by default long grain.
Okay, so it's brown basmati rice.
It's the one at Della from Costco.
Costco, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
You ready? Let's.
And did you do five? Did you do five? Did you do five? Did you do 5 minutes? Okay, well, why don't you talk to the people and let me check it?
Oh, it smells so good, y'all. Oh my God, it smells so good.
Oh, it does.
It feels like we're sitting in a restaurant. Oh, it smells so good.
I think it still needs another minute or two, because there's a little. I will bring this over and show. So I am actually kind of getting in here with a spoon, and this is what I do with frozen stuff. This is not the only way. So, and see, there's a little frozen chunk.
Frozen in there.
So I'm gonna break it up and mix it in.
Oh, it looks really good though.
It does look really good. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, I'll set this here. Let me just mix this one up a little bit more.
I'm super excited about this.
And what we can do too is, like, for like the pilaf, so there were 2 pilafs, so we could use that on days that we didn't even have any rice. And then we can just pull out a few of these, put them in, because you could defrost it ahead of time too, or just bring it to work frozen.
Yeah, we might put a couple of these in the fridge for tomorrow, huh? Let them.
Yeah. Talk about eating all the things. Very possibly.
We'll see.
And I could go ahead and make more of a vegetable one. I'm going to go ahead and put it in 2 minutes. 1:45. And every microwave is different, so you just have to kind of see. But a lot of times we'll put, apple, you can tell, and we can smell the spices too. So that, and what I mean by that is that when you freeze something and thaw it out, sometimes that can dull the flavors a little bit, and it was made properly to be frozen.
Where's the? That's going to show that.
Sharon says, are you going to get another clay pot rice maker? Is it electric? Is it electric? Is it electric? Is it electric?
Oh, yeah.
It's VitaClay is the brand, and I'm going to be looking tonight to see if we can just replace the crock, because chances are we can. They sent me one a long time ago, like 10 or 12 years ago. So it looks like this, and then you can, yeah, Cheryl's, and then inside here goes the clay pot, and you can use it as a fast slow cooker. And I was kind of excited by that idea until I realized everything I would.
So this goes in and sits down inside of there, inside of the. It has a little weight thing that tells it how much.
Just like any other rice cooker, you know, it's got a weight mechanism, but it also has timings, and it's got a brown rice setting.
And then this goes in on top.
And then this closes. But it's like a hair crack.
Yeah, it's so, like, I didn't even see it at first, and I thought I was just being crazy,
But so some water was dripping through when she started making it here.
you could hear it, like, making noise inside of there. It was, like, not happy.
And
So
I'm going to see, we should probably be able to get another insert for it.
I would think
Because
so. I
they're
mean,
still-
I would think that would be a thing that would,
Well, they're still
accidents
making
happen.
them. Yeah, and they make a lot of them. So, again. So, yeah, that feels.
So when I made this rice, I had to scrape it out of there and into
Okay.
the Instant Pot because, it was messed up. And when I looked at it, I was like, ooh, Instant Pot. I bet I need to put just a tad bit more water in there. So I put just a tad bit more water in because I thought it might soak it up. It might soak it up. It might soak it up. It might soak it up.
Left it in here. It's been close to 2 hours, not quite 2 hours that it's been on warm.
Yeah.
So if you know you're going to be gone for a while, it's going to be on warm, then I would add a little extra water.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sometimes you need to add a little extra or less if you're doing natural pressure release or manual pressure release, but usually I'm just thinking about dinner and not really thinking about all that. I'm glad you like the Instant Pot book. Oh, I'm good. Well, I really like this rice maker. I haven't really used it much as a slow cooker because, again, the timings aren't really awesome, so that can be problematic. But if enough of you have one and I get a replacement for it, we can do something in the slow cooker in it. But it makes the fluffiest, most perfect rice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not inexpensive. So if you've got an Instant Pot, that works great.
Mm-hmm.
You got a $10 rice cooker, that's what I used for like a decade.
Yeah.
That works fine too. So there's no need to get the super fancy one unless you're making rice every day. And you really
I don't
love
even
it.
think we actually even moved over to using this rice cooker all the time until after the original rice cooker died.
Yeah. Here, why don't you make your plate?
Me first?
You first.
Okay.
And you can even pour it on. We didn't have 2 big spoons, so.
Everything's in the dishwasher.
This is what happens when you come back from a trip.
I haven't emptied the dishwasher yet. They're clean if you want to get them out.
Sure. So if we're talking about Instant Pot, when do you use low instead of high for Instant Pot? So 95% of the time you are going to use, possibly even higher, you're going to use high. And
Look at those lentils.
they look
guys.
really good. And I've got the front camera on now. Low is great if you want to steam broccoli. You can also go on high, go on high. Low, you can do that too. So it's going to be for very delicate things and you're not going to use it that often. But you have a choice. So it seems weird to say, let's set this for high pressure for 0 minutes because it feels like nothing's going to happen, right? We've had this conversation before.
Yep.
But it comes up to pressure, so therefore it's building pressure and temperature, and then it'll come back down. So it just doesn't keep going and holding there, which means it's adding additional stuff. So hopefully that helps. Apple says you can try those. Here, oh, nice standing right in the way.
You make me do it first.
Okay, I can do it first. Let me answer this question then.
Give me a fork.
Apple says, I use my crock pot during the autumn and winter. I've been eyeballing that clay cooker for years, wondering if it would be worth a purchase. Well, let me see. Like, obviously, I'm behind on all the things, but let me see if I can't get something going in there, because I am doing a couple of slow cooker classes in Kathy's Cooking Club. And so I'm filming them. So I certainly could do one in there and then find a different way to, I don't even know what I was going to say. Just so you guys know.
Because now she's smelling food and she's
I'm
like
I'm
losing her
really
little
hungry.
mind. So she's losing her little mind. And see, I got to make everything like just perfect, like mixed in with my rice. And
I think this would have been good. The one thing I wish we had a little more of is so see, both of us just took generous portions. This is how we end up doing with Indian stew. So she took less than I did, and this is how she mixes hers up. But we may either have seconds or have some leftovers.
We could have a salad too.
You know, I don't think this is a subscription plan, although I think I said I would auto enroll and get it every other month for 5%, but you could do that and cancel it. But it seemed to have where you could just do one-offs as well. But I looked at it 2 weeks ago. Oh, it's really nice. It's not too spicy, but it definitely, so the dal makhani has a lot of layer of seasonings. Let's see what yeah, I can taste like the cumin, coriander, fenugreek leaves, bay leaves, turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, garlic. So it's it's a really beautifully balanced blend. And rajma is something I like a lot too, which is kind of like kidney beans and gravy. It's kind of like Indian red beans.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is it reminds me of red beans and rice a lot.
They're really delicious too.
Nothing is...
It's not overly spicy, like hot.
It's not hot, but it's really, really, really flavorful. Like you get all the flavors without that burn at the end. So, like, to me, this is perfect. These are perfect.
Yeah, these are delicious. So I think kids could handle this as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because Cheryl usually...
If I can eat it, a kid can eat it.
Oh, thanks, Apple. And we'll see, because I was thinking too, if this wasn't inexpensive, but it's also expensive if we go to the vegan Indian buffet. And we do want to support them. And if they started doing things without oil, I feel like we just have to rebudget so we can go there. And as it is now, we still want to go like once a month.
Yeah.
But also, we've been going out a lot because we were gone for so long. I just want to be at home, and this is lovely. And so, let's say you didn't like kidney beans, you could swap things out and things like that. But yeah, so this is our dinner. I know some of you often ask for us to do like what we eat in a day, and we're a little disorganized for that right now. But probably what we'll do is we will eat this, and you're like, what a modest portion. Well, then I'll probably go and have seconds. So I'm going to eat this if I'm still hungry. We have enough to both have seconds. So
now, if I had to use my normal bowl, I may not get seconds if I would have used my normal bowl, because my normal bowl is bigger.
Twice as big. So sometimes what we do is we fill up the bottom with rice. And the 50-50 plate, if you watch Stacy from Dr. McDougall, our support specialist talk, the 50-50 plate is inaccurate. It's a minimum of 50% starch. And also remember, there's some starch in the beans too. So this is a very starchy meal. Yeah. Normally I would like to have a third curry or stew that would have something like that's why the korma, I could see us possibly doing that tomorrow or Friday.
I would be okay if we just like had some green beans, heat up some green beans real fast with this. I know you don't particularly want the green beans, but
I don't mind. I just want green beans. I always forget the name of it. Oh, there's some little slivers of coconut and something else. It's like a dry curry. And I always forget the name. And actually, it's even in the Great Vegan Bean book. My friend Kalpana gave me her recipe for that. That would be amazing. So,
You could make some okra.
yeah, but we're not eating. We're eating red beans. We're eating Indian red beans.
Yeah.
So, but it's also okay to eat it the way you want to. I get a little bit like particular. Plus, I love Indian food, so I would not want to mess up the combo for me. And video says when I eat super good things, I sometimes can't stop eating easily. And I do think that that is an issue for some people. So far, we're not running into it as much, and we are trying to pay attention. Like if I thought, oh, okay, let's say we put all those in the freezer, and then at 11 we're like, let's pull those out. Then maybe we'd rethink.
But both of this is 2 servings per container. So, I mean, this is 110 calories per serving.
So it's 230 per container. So you could eat the container too. We don't count calories, but that's still that
this
plus
one is
some
110,
rice.
so 220 for each of our portions.
Yeah,
Plus
it's
rice.
really not bad at all, and it has some flavor, which is good. If you were wanting a raita or something like that, I would get a vegan yogurt. Maybe put some cucumbers, a little bit of chili powder. You could also put a little garam masala on there. It's not traditional, but it would give you some of those flavors. And Apple said, Stacy blew my mind when she clarified the 50-50 theory. I busted through a 2-year weight plateau since I've upped my starch intake thanks to her suggestion. I know, right? And what happens, and this is why we don't want to be those people on YouTube telling you the wrong things. We're trying, that's also why I say I think, or we heard. But the 50-50 comes from the maximum weight loss plan, which is not what people stay on for their whole lives and not what people typically start on. Like I said, Stacy encouraged me to not do the maximum weight loss or Mary's Mini, but just to start doing the regular starch solution, and it's easy. It's really quite, yes, that's it. Poriel. And I'm not saying it correctly, but that is exactly it. And I love that stuff. They had a beet one at the vegan buffet last time. It was so good.
Yes.
You know what?
Even I ate that. And I don't typically like beets, but lately I've been kind of eating the beets, haven't I? I ate the beets when we were at camp.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
I did. I had the beets on my salad. And then the last time that we went to the Indian buffet, I ate all the beet dishes.
Oh, I am not Miss Crab, but that is also delicious. And so that's more of like a white creamy stew, if I remember correctly. And I never asked her to say it. So Poriel. I know I'm just Poriel. We'll give it a little southern accent. Obviously I need to eat, but it's with like it's dry and with some coconut and some different seasonings and stuff.
Hey, hold on.
What's he doing? What's going on?
He's moving everything around on my...
Oh, it's the dog. The dog is like, come pay attention to me. He's kicking everything off of the couch.
Don't do that.
Because he's tired of us hanging out with you and wants us to hang out with him.
That was rude.
Again, we don't have an affiliate link or anything, though. I'm going to look for one now, but it's First Seed Foods. So we're showing it to you because I ordered it just to be dinner out at home.
Yeah, it was funny. We were in the car and we were driving, and Kathy was like, "Oh, I found this thing." And I was like, "What is it?" And then she started
Famous
talking.
last words for me.
Right, and then I was like, oh, "Here we go." And then she started talking about it, and like the more she talked about it, I was like, that sounds really good, because I mean,
well, and then it's not that much more expensive than Tasty Bites. Tasty Bite packets have gotten much more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's always our backup. And we can travel with them, we can do whatever, but there is a little bit of oil, right? So this has no oil, and we still get to have all the fun. And like we can heat up 3 or 4 if we wanted, and made a little Indian buffet. When we do that with Tasty Bites, we eat on it for 2 days. So like we'll make our dinner, and then I'll take some of the extra rice and make lunches that we can just microwave.
Yep.
And then sometimes we have more than one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what I take to work to heat up. It's awesome.
Oh, Betsy, I love that. Apple, I'm with you. I feel more satisfied and less cranky by intaking my starch. Yeah, and we were kind of talking about that too. Like, I was real happy to have those potatoes, and I miss potatoes so bad. The last night they had roasted potatoes.
Yeah, she was a little disappointed.
And I ate a lot of potatoes that night.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
I'm so sorry, guys. He is just being Mr. Needy Bottoms today.
Hey, Needy Bottoms.
Go over there. Say hi to everybody.
Bottoms. Come here. Oh, come on.
You gotta say hi. You're not in trouble. I just didn't want you to knock my computer over.
He's shaking like he's a little child.
You're not in trouble. You just knocked into my computer, baby.
You're a good boy.
You want to knock my computer
You're a
off?
good boy. Okay.
All right, buddy.
That's probably plenty enough for y'all to see. This is what dinners are always kind of like.
Dinner. He already had his dinner, so he's like, I'm going to bust in to see what you got.
Okay, but I just wanted to show you this, and this is truly what we were going to do to make our dinner anyhow. And why I think these could be good is that it's a treat like going out, or if you don't feel good, but especially just a treat. Heat up a couple of these and you wouldn't have had to make a whole bunch of stews. Though Cheap Kathy says when you make a stew, put some in a cup in your freezer, and then you have kind of the same thing. So we do practically a combination of that. So sometimes we just got back from vacation. We don't have time to make the stews to have the thing. But
the flavors on these are just amazing and like spot on, like perfect. Not too spicy, but not mild either. It's hard to explain.
It's mild in heat.
Mild in heat, yes. But I mean, it's not, I'm not going, oh, I can't eat this. It's going to give me heartburn kind of thing. It's perfect. I really like it a lot.
And Apple, tell me if you want, first, go ahead and tell me if you want me to try and make something in the clay pot slow cooker if I get it. So, and it's just going to depend. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get a replacement for that. Okay, guys, I will see you possibly back here Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Lisa Rice and I are going to talk about weight and the whole food plant-based community. So it should be very exciting. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a magical rest of your night.
See you, everyone.